Kevin Campion, one of the favourite former, once a warrior, always a warrior. Campo joins us out of Australia. Kevin, welcome in.
G'day, Stav. How are you, champion?
Oh, mate, we're good. We are racked up, though. Week after week after week, the Warriors get the bum rush, Campo.
I know, mate. I know. I understand how everyone feels. And, we went through that when I was over there in 2001, 2002. Sometimes we had to beg the referee to give us a fair go. So, but the boys are playing some really consistent footballs, and I think those calls will turn around, especially leading into the finals.
We hope so, Campo. Like when you played a lot in Australia and you played a lot here in New Zealand, and we've heard from players, and it was either Cleary or the other guy whose name escapes me. Yes, Anderson. One of them said they always thought it was just Warriors fans moaning till they came here and coached the team, and they said actually there might be something in it. Did you as a player notice a difference?
Mate, certainly as a player I noticed a difference, yes. We always just got the short end of the stick. And I remember one game in particular, I think Timmy Mander was coaching, refereeing the game, and some of the calls were just blatantly against us. And I said to him, we're the better team here, Tim. We're working our butts off basically to and we were still in the lead, and you're not giving us a fair go. Please, I'm begging you, give us a fair go. And look, it's not something that's just popped up. It's been it's been us against them for a lot of years.
What is it, Campo? Is it New Zealand, Australia? I don't. I 100%.
I just don't think they want that. They don't want that trophy to leave Australia. They don't want it to travel over the Tasman. I just that's the only reason I can see for it.
Some of the calls, but the most recent one was the forearm to Tohu. They had a look at it in the bunker and they said, "No fuss, we carry on." We saw the forearm to his head, and that's. I don't get it. That's what the bunker's there for.
It was when we had our young winger sent off, for touching Nathan Cleary's jaw. Even if you touched a foot on it, you put his finger on his chest, that would have touched his jaw. So, look, it's just one of those things. That was really disappointing. We were all blowing up in the box. It certainly deserved a penalty because it was contact to the head, but. That should have been the ref's discretion, and he should have just played on. And we were down, and we were courageous that whole game. We were courageous, and we were still in it right to the end. But we played a Penrith side who were completing at 95%. So they were going to be always hard to beat. They weren't making mistakes and not giving us anything, but. The boys were courageous, and I'm so proud of them, and everyone should be proud of them.
Oh, look, we are, and that's the thing. And the other thing, Cabo, I don't think we're saying the ref cost us that game. I don't actually believe we played well to win that game, but the officiating and the bunker decisions and the sin bins and all of this and on reports, it cost us the opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, look, we do panic. We do panic a bit when we get a bit under pressure, and. That's the thing about Penrith. That's why they're the premiers. They've been in grand finals for the last 3 years, winning 2 of them. They don't give you anything. So you need to be at your best to beat the Penny Panthers. But, when they're completing at 95%, no one in the competition would beat those guys. That was a really dour game by them. They've been struggling for form. So they just had to go back to the drawing board and basically keep it very, very simple. And they worked hard for each other. They completed their sets, and we were just, I think we were still completing at 80%. But other than if we were playing any other team in the competition, we would have won.
What strategically do you feel like the Warriors need to do to overcome this? It's almost like no knock-ons, no offsides. They need the perfect game.
Yeah, and that'll come. Look, we are playing such great football. We're making minimal mistakes. It's just just sometimes luck isn't always on your side. And but if we keep on doing the things that we're doing, things will change. Our luck will change, and we will start getting the rub of the green.
When you look at 2002, making the grand final, and in 2011 as well, if the biases always existed, what did we do then that we could learn from and implement now?
Well, we won a lot of games then, and we got used to winning. Some teams, you look at St. George, they're used to losing, and they're struggling mentally. But when you get used to winning, everyone's up, and it only takes, it takes 5 or 6 players in the team to have bad games, and you're going to lose. But you can get away with 1 or 2 players having bad games and still win because you've got that winning culture. We're not far off it. Look, it's only our first year under the new coach. I think he's doing an outstanding job. He's a really good fella. I was in camp. I was at the captain's run on Friday, and we had some old Warriors legends there, Toops and Tooks. So look, things are good at the club. It's not time for panic. That's for sure. We've just got to stick to what we know. Trust the coach, trust the players, and we're going to win more than we lose. That's for sure.
Rest assured, the fan base over here haven't fallen out of love with the Warriors at all. In fact, I can't remember a season for a long, long time where the support has been so united. And in fact, we just had the CEO of One New Zealand, formerly Vodafone, on. You've probably heard about his Twitter that he owned Twitter. He won Twitter the other day. And he said he's just a fan first and foremost. And what it's done, Campo, they're now finally talking about it in Australia. I'm interested to see which way it goes, whether they'll just slam him for tweeting it or whether they'll actually talk about this for almost the first time ever.
Oh, look, I don't think it'll be the first time ever. We've copped this for how long have we been in the competition? Over 25 years. So it's we've always, as I said, copped the short end of the stick. But as I said, I just think everyone needs to, show some faith. It's a really good side we've got out there. We're very courageous. Our back three, our forward pack is unbelievable. Our back three are doing some great things. Shawnee Johnson's playing some great football. It's just, it's just one of those things. When it clicks, we'll win. When we're a bit off, we'll struggle. We may get it. When you're a bit off, you want to get those wins, but we're just not getting there at the moment.
And last thing, Campo, I just want to get your comment, proud Queenslander, the Dolphins. What a story they are this season, mate. They've just provided so much for NRL fans.
Yeah, and you look at the Dolphins, Wayne plays such a simple game and everyone knows their job, and they're a bit in contrast with the Warriors. They're getting some luck and we aren't getting, but we're playing the same type of game. They're not making mistakes. They're working hard for each other in defence, which is something that, have to take your hat off to the coaching staff of the Warriors. Our defensive efforts this year have been great, and and there's only been a try or a goal being the difference between the sides that we played. So, it's the Dolphins aren't that dissimilar. I think that everyone. Obviously, you want to play for the coach. I think that's something that we have. They want to play for Webby. The Dolphins are playing for the coach. They're playing for themselves, and they're playing for the team. So, and we're exactly the same. They're just getting a bit more luck than us.
So, finally, Campo, obviously you still have a role of sorts with the Warriors. You mentioned you're at the captain's run. Can you tell me, you've been involved in rugby league a long time, just the energy and the feeling in the playing group that you witnessed in that captain's run?
Oh, it's great. Look, I love being around it, and it's something that the coaching staff are welcoming, all the old boys back. Everyone's welcome to come and spend some time with the boys at any time. We both myself, Toops, and Toops. Then we got invited back to lunch with the club at the hotel that they were staying in. It's a great atmosphere, and there's great banter between the boys. We celebrated 100 games for Montoya, and look, it was just another special day of the Warriors. It's and you can tell everyone's happy, which is great. And it's just a great environment to be around.
Just had a text in from a listener called Sean saying, "How good is it here to Campo refer to the Warriors as us and we?"
Always. Look, I've got the softest spot for the Warriors, always have, and had some a great time when I was there, and great memories, and I've made some lifelong friends, and I love going back. I'm going. The club's flying me over for the Napier game, so I'm looking forward to that against the Broncos, and that'll be a terrific game away.
Brilliant, Campo. Always enjoy chatting to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Good on your staff, champion, mate. Anytime.
Champion, man. Kevin Campion there, just one of the greatest Warriors of all time, and it's just it's heartening to hear that the lads aren't down, that he was in them, and they're tight and they're connected, and it feels weird. Like, we've lost 3 in a row, but I still feel like we're winning in league life, if that makes sense. We're throwing the kitchen sink. We haven't got the plastic spine that we used to. That there's real heart and desire in this team, and the Warriors haven't. The Warriors fans haven't shirked away from that as well. We're 100% behind them. Let's hope a really good game, good performance, good win against the Bulldogs. Then we get a bye, and you just know in any sport you get a bye, you'll have a few days off. They'll come back re-energised, split the season in half, and let's go again. And remember, we've got the Origin break coming up as well, so we'll probably get a week off in there as well. So I just hope we can put all of this behind us. And as I say, no one through here has bagged referees individually. We've had a few texts in just saying, the refs cop it. No one's bagged them individually, but just... It's a conversation that needs to be had, and I just hope there's open ears and shut mouths by certain parties while the discussion's being had, and actually take it on board. And there'll be someone out there that's put stats together, etc., of some of the inequalities that we feel. But if there's anecdotal evidence, and I think it was Dylan Walker got sin-binned, and then he ended up with a $2,500 fine, but there was an exact same tackle, and that, we could go on and on and on. But the conversation's here. It's this week, and we will be monitoring it right through. Really looking forward to seeing Australia journalists and NRL reaction over the next few days.